Right. Morning, everyone. I hope we're all good. Today we're going to have a little talk about coming back to school in terms of the testing that you're going to be doing, and hopefully it will clear up all the questions that you have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. If you have any questions, save it to the end, and hopefully we'll have answered them by then. So if you bear with me, hopefully this will work. If Mr. Thompson, can you let me know if you can see my screen?
Yep, it's working for me.
Brilliant, excellent. So it is back to school time. I know it's been a long time since you've been in school, a couple of months, and all the time before that as well. So it's important that upon returning, we get this right and we get it right first time, so that we do not have to go back into another lockdown. So, as you are all aware, the government has asked has asked you to be tested for coronavirus before coming in, so that the environment we're in is safe. And so let me show you exactly what's going to happen. So the date of your first test is going to be on Tuesday, the 9th of March in the afternoon. And as you can see in the bottom corner, the hall or the sports hall is all kitted out, ready for the large volume of students that are going to come in and do their tests. You will return to school face-to-face for lessons on Wednesday, the 10th of March, the following day, basically, and you'll be in at normal time, which is doors open at 8:20, tutor starts at 8:30. Okay? Whilst you're in school, you will receive 2 further tests. Okay? That will be on Friday, the 12th of March and Wednesday, the 17th of March in the afternoon. That is the provisional dates that we've put in. They may change, but that is the kind of the dates for your diary. A note about your tests is you will not be allowed to bring in your bags or your personal belongings into the hall. So on Tuesday, when you come, you may come with your parents. Do not bring bags or big things, because you won't be allowed. They won't be allowed in. You'll have to leave them outside, and that would be much better. Also, you need to be in school uniform when you turn up. So please make sure that you are dressed to impress. That means blazer, shirt, tie, proper school shoes, no trainers, and I'll talk about that in a minute, and proper school trousers. Okay. The timings for your tests are as follows. So you will be expected to arrive at 12:20 on the Tuesday if you are in 8G1, 12:40 if you are in 8G2, 1 o'clock if you're 8P1, 1:20 if you're 8P2, 1:40 if you're 8T1, and 2:10 if you are 8T2. Those are the timings for you to arrive. Now, what I am going to show you as well is just a quick video. I'm going to have to stop sharing, and I'll show you this video of the testing in actually how it works. So if you bear with me. So hopefully you'll be able to hear this and see this. This is how the testing will work. Mr. Thompson, if you just let me know if you can hear or can't hear, that'd be great. Thank you.
Morning everyone, we're going to walk you through the testing protocol that you'll be doing next week. So start on Monday the 8th and onwards. So masks on and follow me. So you'll be able to queue up 2 meters apart, keeping it socially distanced. Come down the side all the way up to the double doors, where someone will greet you You'll be called in.
Lovely. If you can go through to bay 2, just go and stand on the line. So on the desk in front of you, you're going to find sanitizer wipes, some swab, a mirror, hand sanitizer and some tissue. If I can ask you to sanitize your hands, please, before we start. And the barcode that you given when you came in, if you can move, come forward and give that to the testing assistant. Thank you. And can I ask you to blow your nose, please? Once you blow your nose, could you put the in the general way, and then sanitize your hands again? Now, if you look at the swab, they're quite difficult to open, but if you look on the stem that haven't got the stopper, which is there yet, if you pull it apart, you will just take the cover. It's really important the swab doesn't touch anything else. Okay. So, if you would like to use the mirror, you're welcome to use the mirror and start the whole in front of you. What you need to do is you need to locate your consoles on the back of your plate, and you need to do 4 swipes of each console at each side first, and then we'll move on to your nose. Next thing you'll be swabbing your nose, so you need to place the swab up the nose so you get a slight resistance and give it a swirl. You do this for 15 seconds. Just one nostril. And once you're done, if you want to bring your swab through and pop it in one of the vials. If I can now ask you to use sanitizing wipes and wipe down everything that you've touched, get your rubbish in the bin, decided, and then sanitize your hands. And you're free to leave. Thanks very much. That's okay. If you can leave that way, following the exit sign. Thank you.
Around the benches. Go back to lessons. You go through here. If not, you go around. So that is the procedure for getting your COVID test. As you can see, it's not painful at all, nice and smooth. We look forward to seeing you from Monday. If you do have any questions, make sure you get in touch with your heads of year or your tutors. We look forward to seeing you then.
Right. So you can see that is how it's going to work. That was me doing an actual test. I actually put it in my mouth. I put it up my nose. It's really not that bad. That video will be available to watch again, so you're well prepared. I didn't want to talk over it because I didn't want you to take on too much information, but it's as simple as that. I'm just going to go back to sharing my screen. So that is about the testing. I don't think there was anything else I missed. Before then, Monday the 8th, obviously, is not your testing day, which means that you will be at home still. You will have live tutor at the normal time followed by asynchronous lessons. There will be no live lessons on that day. And the same thing for Tuesday. There'll be live tutor, asynchronous lessons, then you'll come and do your tests, you'll go home, and then Wednesday you start as normal. Okay. The day we come back on the Wednesday, what will happen is you will need to come in with the correct uniform on. A letter has gone out, and I'll explain it more in a second, but you will go straight to tutor. So go to your lockers, go to tutor for 8:30. 10 minutes into tutor, you will come down, we'll go out into the Muga for a fire drill lineup. Okay. Your behavior needs to be immaculate then. It'll be treated like a fire drill because we haven't had many opportunities, and we need to make sure that those fire drill protocols are in place and we do them properly should something happen in the future. So I'm conscious that we haven't had many opportunities to practice. So that is why we're going to do it straight away. In terms of hygiene, we do not want another lockdown. Therefore, it is very, very important that you sanitize your hands when you go into school, when you enter and leave a classroom. There are sanitizers, there's sanitizer boxes everywhere. There literally is no excuse. So please take your responsibility, do your bit for keeping everyone safe, keeping yourself safe, keeping your family safe by doing that very, very small but very essential task. Okay, moving on. Face masks. There is an update. They are to be worn in the corridors and now in the classroom as well. That is a slight update from the government that they recommend that we wear them in the classroom. They do not have to be worn outside. So therefore, we are going to urge you to go out at break time and have some time without your mask on. You still need to be socially distanced. That is something that you have to try and maintain. But other than that, face masks need to be worn corridors and classrooms. If you have a medical exemption or there is any other reason why you shouldn't be wearing a mask, your parents must contact the school to let us know. If they don't let us know and you are getting pulled up for it for not wearing a mask, you are going to and you have those like confrontations about people telling you to put your mask on or asking you to put your mask on. It's going to be very difficult if we don't have all the information. So please be proactive. Get your parents to let us know if there's any reason why you shouldn't be wearing a mask. If you have any concerns or worries about returning, it is important that you raise it with either your tutor or myself via email, via the wellbeing facility. That could be to do with testing, just to do with the fact that maybe someone in the family's had COVID, maybe you've had a bereavement. Let us know, and then we can put the plans in place to support you. If we don't know, it becomes very difficult to help. So communication is essential. So speak up and we can help. In terms of uniform, you are expected to be in full uniform. That means a blazer, a white shirt, the maiden early tie, charcoal trousers if you're a boy, I think it's a girl as well actually, and grey pleated skirt if you're a girl. And you can see the picture there to show you. Also, it means that you need to wear black leather shoes that are in a business style. Absolutely no trainers of any kind. Do not try and come to school with a pair of Nike Air Maxes on, some Air Forces. It's not going to be allowed. You're going to be asked to change into plimsolls. If you refuse to do that, then that is a conversation that myself and you are going to have, which I really don't want to happen. So please make sure you come in the correct uniform. A letter did go out yesterday that asked parents to let us know if you are struggling with any parts of your uniform. Maybe you have grown. I've seen some of you and you have shot up, and therefore, okay, a blazer may not fit. So let us know. We can try and do things to support. On top of that, the only jewelry that you are permitted to wear is a small gold or silver stud in your earlobes, 1 per ear. That is it. Nose piercings are not allowed, and there will be consequences if you decide that you're going to ignore that and do it anyway. So please, I ask you now, if you have a nose piercing, find a way to either put a retainer in it, put a plaster on it, or if you can, take it out. I do not want to see it. I do not want to have these conversations when the rules are very, very clear. Finally, nail varnish not permitted as well. So if you've, I know some of you might have been bored at home and you've done your nails, and that's great. Back to school means we have to take them off. So please get that sorted so we don't waste any time getting that sorted when you're in school. I do urge you, please look at the letters that went out yesterday from myself and from Mr. Hood and Miss Burns. A lot of information in there that will be useful for parents to know and yourself. And also there was a letter from Mr. Johnson, which gives you a bit more information as well. So please, you can find them on the Maiden Early School website. If you go onto the parents section, it says letters to parents, and there'll be a section that says whole school letters or year group letters. Year group letter, you'll find mine. Whole school, you'll find Mr. Johnson's, Mr. Hood's, and Miss Burns's. Okay, so please have a look at that. Lastly, tomorrow, Staff CPD Day. We know we really don't want to lose more school time, but with all those changes in protocols, it's important that as staff, we are clear on our procedures and we are making the environment as safe and student friendly as possible. And we don't want to get that wrong. So we're going to take tomorrow, as the government allows us to, for that staff CPD day, which means, luckily for you, no school. So there'll be no work set, but I will encourage you to take that time to have a little bit of reflection. What do you want to do coming back to school? How are you going to adapt to the new environments, the new challenges we're going to face? My letter that went out is all about maturity, and that is going to be our theme upon return. How we show that maturity in everything we do, in the way we speak to others. Can we show empathy and understanding, because everyone's had a tiring and emotional experience over the last year. This has gone on since March 2020, and it's important that we look after one another. Also, your options process is well underway. You're choosing your options. That starts in September, your GCSEs, and you've missed quite a lot of being in school physically since March 2020. So the only way we're going to overcome that deficit is with a mature attitude. So please make sure that you are in school, ready to learn, wanting to learn, and I'm not having to deal with those more silly behaviors that maybe we've seen previously. So take that as maybe not a word of warning, but something to aspire to. And I look forward to seeing you all when we return on Wednesday fully, and hopefully I'll see some of you on Tuesday. Until then, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to enable the chat if you have any sensible questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording.